Hi everyone, welcome to the course. My name's Nick Bergen and I'll be your instructor for the course. I want to go over some of the links with you to give you some update on in terms of what you should expect. If you have any questions, please let me know as I'm more than willing to assist. A couple of things you want to look at. First one is the course schedule. The course schedule is going to give you the due dates. Now, these due dates might be different for the course you're in, given that this video was done at a different time. But the key to this is to look at the due dates and when things are due. You notice that some things are due on the same day. There's multiple assignments. So it's very important to make adjustments to ensure that you can meet the standards and the due dates that are outlined, because that's very important. If you have any questions, let me know, but you always need to prepare for unexpected things that might occur. And when you prepare for unexpected things, you'll be able to do well. So starting early and completing your work is very important. All right, first thing we want to do, you want to look over the Welcome tab right here. You want to look at the syllabus addendum. I have instructions for the assignments, the test, and discussions. That's very important to look at. You have the Start Here quiz right here, so you want to take the Start Here quiz. And then you go to Unit 1. Unit 1 is going to be over chapters 1, 2, and 3. If you look over Unit 1, I have lecture notes, slide with notes, I have appendix slides with notes, and I had narrated slides as well for both chapter 1, 2, and 3. You have your practice assignment, which is worth no points. You have a practice test. You have the Unit 1 discussion. And you have the test for chapters 1, 2, and 3. With the Unit 1 discussion, you want to make sure that you're focusing on your APA formatting, which means you need to have an in-text citation and reference to support your work. That's very important, because what I'm looking at is, I'm looking at, do you have support for your analysis? And when you have support for your analysis, it makes your discussion board much more thorough. So that is very important to look at, and focusing on how you can look at that discussion board post and build from what we're looking at. Now, when we look at chapter 1, we're going to start with some important concepts and work our way through. Chapter 1 is going to be focusing on the role of economics. And economics is a social science that focuses on our resource allocation. And what does that mean about resource allocation? When we look at resources, we're looking at how we make decisions. So now, economics is a study of unlimited wants with limited resources. We always want something. The problem in economics is we can't satisfy all of our wants. And economics is going to boil down to two main concepts. It's going to boil down to scarcity and opportunity cost. Scarcity is looking at our resources and how we allocate both our time, which is limited, and our money with the choices we have to make. We focus on our opportunity costs, and our opportunity cost is looking at our next best decision. When we look at our opportunity cost, you'll notice that we're focusing on what is the highest alternative that we are giving up to do. And then we're looking at our marginal analysis. And when we look at our marginal analysis, we're looking at decisions that were being made in our economy. And marginal analysis is looking at the additional benefit and additional cost. For example, if you look at time, what do I do with the additional hour of studying? What do I do with the additional dollar? All of those are very important with regard to analysis. Now, marginal analysis is very tricky sometimes. When we look at marginal analysis, you know that we're looking at decisions that are made on the margin, and decisions are made on the margin when we're looking at the next time frame. That's something that we have to keep in mind, how we evaluate those extra decisions and how we make choices based off those extra decisions. And economics is divided into two separate fields, microeconomics, macroeconomics. Microeconomics looking at individuals, consumers, and firms and how they make decisions. Whereas macroeconomics is looking at the economy as a whole and how the economy as a whole makes decisions in markets. Now, macroeconomics is very important because it's focused on economy-wide policies and how these economy-wide policies influence individuals and businesses. We make two types of statements in economics. We make both positive statements and normative statements. Positive statements are facts, whereas normative statements are opinions. And when we look at these statements, you notice that we're focusing on both our factual statements and our statements that are opinions. So these are some of the concepts that we're going to be focusing on. I want to also click on this test right here to go over the instructions. When you go through the test, notice it's worth 100 points. You don't have a time limit. You don't have multiple attempts. And it will give you one question at a time. Make sure to take your time on the test. That's very important. Make sure to really go through the test. Prepare for the test. And when you do this, it'll really help with your development. If you need any more assistance or if you need me to pre-grade any of your work, let me know as I look forward to your effort.